Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Devils Talk. With your host Session and of course, latest Manchester United reviews and previews. And of course, as you see in the thumbnail, a bit of bad news on Casemiro ahead of our game against Fulham tomorrow. We'll preview that. And of course, Sir Jim with a bit of, if I have to put it this way, investment into the club's infrastructure, but we'll speak about that as well in today's video. And of course, we will be speaking about Ten Hag and exactly where do we go from here. So thank you for joining me. Let's get into it. So first of all, Casemiro. Let's start with him. Now we know that last season when he came in, he was a player that showed his qualities. We depended on him throughout the season. He played, I think, more than 95% of the games. And that, I think, was to his detriment. At Real Madrid, he didn't play that much games. And he had enough time to recover. With us, there wasn't any time to recover because of not having a replacement for him to allow him to rest in certain games. And two, every game we played was high intensity and we needed to win. So there wasn't any game for him to cruise through. So him coming into the new season, you thought he was going to be refreshed. We thought he was going to be that player that we can depend upon. But he hasn't kicked on this season. There hasn't been any performance that you can say, you know what, he was good in that game. And could it be his age? Could it be his legs giving in? Could Casemiro be done? Because it has been reported that he is out for several weeks with a hamstring injury. Against Newcastle, captained the team and was taken off at halftime. Against Brentford, taken off at halftime. And that being said, the Athletic also came out with a report saying that when Ten Hag said after the Brentford game that taking Casemiro off was because he wanted more football, apparently that comment did not go down well with the dressing room. Now, in my opinion, why is there always leaks of the dressing room? Firstly, it's disgusting. And two, why are the players challenging Ten Hag's decisions? Against Brentford in that first half, he wasn't playing well. You could argue McTominay, should not have come on, but he won the game in the end for us. You could argue that the likes of Amrabat should have still been on the pitch, etc. But he took Casemiro off because he made a decision, and that decision paid off in the end, if you think about it in a technical term. And Casemiro did not perform well in that game, so should have been taken off, rightfully so. So why question the manager's decision? But it is because he's under pressure and these players want him to be sacked. So they're throwing him under the bus and using every little piece of negativity that they can find on Ten Hag and putting it out there so that he can be in a bad light, so that he can have more pressure on him. But in my opinion, Casemiro could potentially be done at Manchester United. One, not playing well. Two, getting injuries. And three, he does look like he's past his best. And at the end of the season, when we are going to be looking for new transfers, when we potentially will be having a better footballing structure with the likes of Paul Mitchell being named, Jean Leblanc from Juventus, etc. being mentioned, we might look to replace him because of his age, because of him not being able to play the way Ten Hag wants to play. Remember, Ten Hag wanted Frankie de Jong, not Casemiro. That is a fact. Casemiro was the option that was given to him after the Frankie de Jong deal was not possible. So Casemiro might have been signed by Ten Hag, but I feel that he was not a Erik Ten Hag signing, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So Casemiro could be done at Manchester United. That's just how I feel. Let's move on now to Sir Jim and his investment in the infrastructure. So it has been reported that he's going to be investing £245 million into the club's infrastructure of his own money, not borrowed money, that will be part of his 25% stake that he wants to have, which is one, to have full control of the football club or the footballing side of Manchester United, and of course now the £245 million want to invest into the club's infrastructure. Now we all know that £245 million is not enough for what the club needs in terms of investment for its infrastructure, the stadium, the training grounds, the, shall I say, infrastructure inside the club, where it is the kitchen, where it be where the players commune, etc. All of those things need more than just £245 million. So it might sound promising, but I mean, Qatar would have done that as well. And they would have done it at a much higher rate with more money invested into the club. The facts are there that Qatar wanted to invest more money into the club as well as remove the debt. Sir Jim still speaks no word on removing debt, and it still seems to me like he's going to be buying the club once again on debt. And if he does bring in a Paul Mitchell or a Jean LeBlanc, and changes the footballing structure and still keeps Erik ten Hag in place, there might be promising aspects to this. But on the other hand, Erik ten Hag does need a good footballing structure above him. And with them wanting to, and Sir Jim wanting to invest in the infrastructure, that is good news, but it needed to be more. We needed and want a full sale. Not 25% being bought, full sale. And the way it seems now, Sir Jim is the only option. And it looks more and more that he's going to get that control of the football side of the club. And if he does bring in the people that can change our structure, we'll see if that is going to work. But me personally, I still stick to my words that I don't think Sir Jim will be the one to change the fortunes of Manchester United. The Glazers need to go. They are the ultimate toxicity and negativity at the club. The rot starts by them. And if they are still here, I still don't see us succeeding. But let's look at Fulham now, and let's focus on a Premier League game. I do not want to see us having 3 losses in a row. We had it once earlier on this season. It cannot be repeated again. If we lose to Fulham, the pressure on Ten Hag will definitely increase. I personally still believe that even if we do lose to Fulham, he should not be sacked. I think that will once again start that repeat of the cycle that we do not want to see, where a new manager comes in, etc., etc. We need to grind out results if we have to. Our performances need to be better. Too many times in too many games we are seeing players not giving their all. I'm tired of it. I want to see changes in performances. That is a fact. With that in mind, I think that Ten Hag will go with a starting 11, of course. Onana, Reguilon at left back, being our only fit left back. Wan-Bissaka came on against Newcastle. I think has to start this game against Fulham. He is our first choice right back and better defensively than Delo. The defensive partnership, in my opinion, it can either be Lindelof or Maguire next to Varane, but I think that Varane must start, and I think Maguire will start, 1, because he didn't play against Newcastle, and 2, because of his aerial ability. Fulham will try to use the qualities that they have from set pieces and try to capitalize on that. So we will then, and I think Ten Hag will play Maguire because of that. Before I get to the midfield, which you can see, the front 3, I do believe will be Rashford. I think he'll come in and start again. Garnacho still hasn't shown that he's ready to start. And I think even with a run of games, which I would want him to have, I still believe Ten Hag will start Rashford and hope, like many of us fans, that he will get a goal, that he will have a performance that can get us a win. Whether it is by grinding it out or by actually playing well to the point that we dominate the game. He has the ability to do so. And away at Fulham, he definitely can use this as a springboard and should use it as a springboard, because he is also under pressure just as much as Ten Hag. Likewise, Bruno, who will come in and captain the team and be in the number 10. And of course, Anthony on the right-hand side. Ten Hag said he's a fighter and believes in him, so he will also need to up his performances. And of course, Hoyland up front, no debate, no doubt about that. He was rested against Newcastle, so should come in and start tomorrow against Fulham. Now the midfield 2 behind Bruno, I would want Amrabat and Mount, because Mount does provide us more mobility. And yes, against Newcastle, the first goal, he was bypassed by Livramento quite easily. But with him, Amrabat and Bruno playing more together, they will form patterns, they will form a partnership and also have connections with each other, which then can become telepathic in the way they play. It cannot always be that we are breaking up our midfield and expecting consistency. Same with the defense. Always broken up, never a first choice. That is why there's a lack of consistency in our defense. No excuses, we still need to perform better. But Eriksen does not give us that energy off the ball that we need. He's good and fantastic on the ball, but off the ball, Eriksen is a liability. And for that, I will always start Mason Mount over him because of his lack of getting around the pitch, pressing, tackling, etc. He's always a player I would like to bring on in the second half for us to, one, control a game that is and might seem end to end, and for him to pinpoint and find those passes that can penetrate Fulham's defense. And Mount can do the same, but is more energetic, is more mobile, and has a very good pressing quality about him that Ten Hag looks for us to win the ball high. So Fulham is a must win. That is a fact. And we need to start being consistent now. Our next run of games, before we play Liverpool, which is a scary prospect with us defending the way we do, that could be another hiding. And if that does happen, and it happens the way it did last season, we'll have to just accept the fact once again that one, the players are not good enough, and two, they just don't want to play for Manchester United or Erik Ten Hag. So Ten Hag is under pressure, and he will feel the pressure. But I still feel he's the man to take us forward. I still feel he is the right manager for us. And I do believe that he will turn it around. Again, Arteta, Pep, Klopp, these managers did not succeed. Sir Alex did not succeed in their first 2 years. It took them 3, 4 years, 5 at sometimes, for them to succeed and fully implement their DNA and their blueprint on the team, on the club. That needs to happen before we can even think of sacking Ten Hag. But tomorrow's a massive game, and I do want us to win. I believe we can. I always believe we can win. We are united. But the team has to be up for it. And they have to show and fight for a win. They have to fight to be dominant on the pitch. We have to see more fight from our players. That is inexcusable, and it is a standard that is there for every club, not just Manchester United, but even more so with Manchester United. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and of course, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, share it to your friends and family who support Manchester United. I do thank you for your support. I appreciate the love. Have a good day further. Enjoy the game. Bye-bye, Red Devils. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.